On August 3rd, 2019, the Lou Reed International Tai Chi Day was held at the Brooklyn Public Library at Grand Army Plaza. It was hosted by the late rock star Lou Reed's Tai Chi instructor, Master Ren, and his disciple, actor Sifu Stephen Berwick. There were many demonstrations, including filmmaker and Tai Chi practitioner Warden Hutland's martial art group, assisted by Sifu Carl Albright and Sifu Chuck Yen.
Hand, shift, and after open. Open after relax. Look your left hand. Now we are talking, I need to change. The one, I need from fingers, go wrist. Two, I need from wrist. Turn that hand with the shift to the right side. Move hand in. Hard and soft. Straight and round. An expression of power from a contained sense of relaxation. To rethink or reconsider what is martial arts. And he did that under what was very popular in China at the time, which is Taoism. And he began to refashion martial arts around Taoist concepts. And we can talk a lot about Taoism, but the key thing is you want to try and find a balance. All of nature operates around a balance. And how can you find that balance with yourself, your mind and body, and also be able to change in response to different stimuli? And this is really the spark where we get our Tai Chi from. So that straight sword, while that straight sword form goes back to things much older than Tai Chi, old military training really, it's done with these concepts that his name was Chen Wan Ting actually developed and imbued in the art. Form, the 19 form. That form is a fundamental form, an elementary form that was conceived and put together by Chen Zhaowang, and he is the direct lineage or the head of the Chen family system directly to this old military guy I told you about, Chen Wan Ting. And Chen Zhaowang did quite a lot of things to help promote the art, help get more folks to be able to practice this. And one of the first things he did was to develop this form, the 19 form. Chen Zhaowang is also the primary teacher of Ren Guangyi. So what you're seeing today really goes directly to the source of Tai Chi. Quickness. How is it that softness can breed hardness? You're seeing it right now. How he gathers his internal energy and he releases it at will. And it sounds fancy, but it's real. There it is. He can release wherever he feels, any part of his body. The power just comes out. He gathers and he releases. His body pulsates, soft to hard. the next thing you're going to see is another solo performance. It'll be brief. Just the person who's going to come up now, he's going to demonstrate kind of like a quick Tai Chi. Center of that for him. But if you haven't checked out the exhibit we have, you'll see Lou's personal martial arts library and a few of his weapons. And you'll see all that he fed himself with martial arts that was even beyond Tai Chi, but definitely led up to his mastery of Tai Chi. So the next thing you're going to see, you're going to see partner training, all right? And you're going to look at real Tai Chi now. We're going to do something called push hands. Some folks call it sensing hands. And you're going to see how Tai Chi in its purest sense can actually be used with a partner. And this is something that Lou loved to do. He just loved to do it. And some of the performers you're going to see actually trained in push hands with Lou Reed himself. You ready to see that? All right, beautiful. So in Tai Chi, in particular, Chen style Tai Chi, we have what we call 5 levels of push hands training or 5 levels of partner training. You actually start this type of training fairly early in your practice. And notice the stance, notice the structure, but notice the relaxation, the sensitivity, and in a sense using your legs to feel what's happening with your upper body. So they're doing something that's pretty elementary right now with a single arm, and they're going to move to progressively more complex partner training over the next few minutes. If any of you have seen on YouTube, there's a video called Art of the Straight Line that actually features Lou Reed not only doing Tai Chi, talking about Tai Chi, but also doing something like this with his teacher, Master Ren Guang Yu, who you saw earlier. So notice they went from single arm, and now they're using both hands and arms. So one hand feels their partner's wrist, the other hand feels the partner's elbow or upper arm. And they guide each other but also sense each other through the movement. So right now it's a single step, and watch what happens next. They're going to do a single step but with double pushing now. So they're going to stay in that stance longer, they're rolling and they're pushing, and they're going to do it twice. And folks, this is heavy-duty training for your legs, let me tell you. This is tremendous exercise. Beautiful. So it seems like a dance, seems kind of nice and easy. They are breathing right now. They're feeling this. And then soon they're going to switch to the next level. And as soon as they get there, I'll explain what that is. It's still single step with double pushing, but watch what happens in a moment. Here we go. So now, this is what's happening now is the 5th level, and we call this free-flowing or free-flower stepping. And this is the one that folks often, when they see this, they're like, what are they, dancing? But there's a lot of deadly stuff in this, but it's also really amazing aerobic training as well. So what's happening here is it's a free-flowing step. They step to the side, they step back, they step around each other, all built around the rolling of the arms.
Okay. The light can you all? It is 9 o'clock in the morning and it's still a full plaza. Come back. If you're in the DVD store,
What's
a movie called,
oh my God.
a guy's a movie star. He's all modest. Tai Chi, serious Tai Chi practitioner. Also Tombe. He also has made a film called Final Weapon, which I had the privilege of showing at the Museum of Moving Image, and that's the day I met Lou Reed in person.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And it's so exciting that he's kind of extended me into the extended Lou Reed family. And the reason I'm here today is to bring my extended family today. So I produce, for those you know, the World Tai Chi Day event in New York. And so I invite some of the folks from that event to come up today. So please join us.
That was pretty, right? Thank you. That was very nice. Thank you. You know, quite often if you travel to, I mean, really not just in China, but if you go to different parks out there, different Chinatowns, you'll often see what you just saw, and folks out there with fans and expressing a lot of what this art is really about. Now the next performer, we're going to go back, we're going to show something a little more powerful now. The next performer is going to be demonstrating, he represents the Wu-Chun style of Tai Chi, and it's a variation, it's another offshoot of Chen Tai Chi, and he's going to demonstrate their version of the broadsword. Remember you saw broadsword earlier? You're going to see another variation of that right now. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
She sure.
Now we're going to show, we're actually happy to feature a well-known young tournament champion. And he's going to also demonstrate Chen style Tai Chi very much as it is in the context as a competitor. And so you'll really enjoy this also. folks, notice in this young man's performance, again, the contained power, the use of the legs, and notice there's the smoothness, the slowness. You might say how beautiful and graceful and circular. But this all underpins the power that you can release. And the movements, while fairly big, there's a subtlety to them. When one part of the body moves, the rest moves. So when his legs move, it travels throughout the body, then the hands move. And again, you can release that into enormous power. Body's coiled, open, close, open. The next one will be a group coming up with, I see, beautiful new uniforms. These are the folks who did the nice fan form. And they're going to demonstrate another variation of Chen Tai Chi. And again, this is the style that Lou really loved and what he really focused on the last 10, 15 years of his life. And we're going to see them do a certain variation of it. Oh, with music. I know it's hard to see. You're watching all of this today in one shot. You're getting quite a big dose. But notice how the similarity in the movement. bring back to the stage Warrington Hudley, who we introduced earlier. He helped put together our guest performances, and he has something special that we didn't expect today. So I'll let Warrington talk about this. Like I said, he's a longtime martial artist, and his teacher, another style of Tai Chi, a certain variation of Wu style Tai Chi, is actually here to demonstrate something. So it's very cool. You all with us still? Yeah? All right, wonderful. Warrington, go for it.
Okay, I have been doing martial arts for 40 years. I've done Japanese martial arts, Brazilian martial arts, and as I get older, I said, I need to do something not so much on my body. So I wanted to switch to Tai Chi. I wanted to find something softer, but still powerful. So when I found this man, Benjamin Wu, in the Tai Chi lineage of Wu, I found something that I brought all my aggressive martial energy. This guy, I don't have a prayer. Within seconds, I'm finished. So what you're going to see now is Push out, which means pushing hands. And I grabbed my another buddy who's a volunteer. He's a filmmaker like myself, Barry Stugart, who did a great documentary which you should all pick up called The Professor. It's a documentary on life of Chen Manching, who's one of the first who brought Young style to the United States. So please. And people, no mercy, no mercy. Push hands.
So folks, notice before with the group performance of this push hands training, and you saw them go through what was pretty much elementary patterns. Now you're going to see something that's going to be more open and free, and you're going to see how Tai Chi can be used. Yes, as self-defense, but also as a powerful training discipline. And this stuff Lou Reed loved. He loved being able to use this and work with a partner. And you're getting a powerful sense of this. When Lou Reed first started doing Tai Chi, he actually did a style of Tai Chi for many years called Wu Tai Chi. This is another variation of the first style of Tai Chi that Lou Reed actually practiced. And it's wonderful that we have this esteemed teacher to show you a little bit of this today. So notice how he'll redirect his energy, how he'll sense the energy of his partner, able to kind of coax him or move him, maybe even push him aside. There you go, folks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, these folks being able to come out here and do that is wonderful. Well, folks, Lou's wife, Laurie Anderson, she just said we're going to have one more performance. It'll be short, so hang in there. And I think we're going to have another group performance, right? Yes, here we go. They're going to perform a form that Master Ren Wang-Yi had developed for a movie. That was his first inspiration. Now, I don't know if any of you remember the movie The Fountain that came out a while back with Hugh Jackman, right? Darren Aronofsky directed it. It's a kind of a wild movie. And it was essentially about a warrior from Spain who was seeking the Tree of Life. So there was one part in the movie where he's practicing a martial art. And what he practiced in that film is a form that they're going to do right now, which we call the 21 movement compact cannon fist. I'm sorry, the compact cannon fist form, not 21. Compact cannon fist. So it's powerful. There's a lot going on with it. It's short. And this is something that was conceived by Ren Wang-Yi for this film. And it's now become part of the whole curriculum that we enjoy today. And again, Lou Reed really dug this. All right? So enjoy. Compact canvas. Watch, folks. Yes, in Tai Chi we do jumping kicks. Very relaxed, but we do them. Wonderful, thank you. Right. Thank you guys. So folks, that actually concludes our performances for you.